some English, some Urdu, Hindi.
Wow, this could work for some. Wow, this was no problem.
हाँ हिंदी हिंदी में
English first.
हाँ कर लूँगी, थोड़ी सी कर लूँगी, मिक्स कर लूँगी ना, मिक्स एंड मैच। राइट, निदा डार।
Alright, so we have two mics, one here, one here. So we can begin.
So I have to hold this mic only.
Pakistan lost the first game, but they play against India on Sunday. Very important game. So we'll put first.
हेलो हेलो। 4 स्पिनर और 1 पेसर कॉम्बिनेशन आपकी टीम ने भी यूज़ किया, क्या थिंकिंग था इसके पीछे?
बस विकेट्स देख के हमने ये वाला कॉम्बिनेशन अप्लाई की आज भी, और सुबह का मैच भी हमने देखा, स्पिनर ज़्यादा वर्कआउट कर रहे थे यहाँ पे, और इससे पहले भी वार्म अप गेम यहाँ पे खेल चुके हैं हम, तो विकेट भी यहाँ पे स्लो है और टर्निंग विकेट है, तो फिर इस वजह से हमने आज भी यही अप्लाई करने की कोशिश की है।
एज़ कम्पेयर टू आपके पिछले गेम्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अगेंस्ट, इस परफॉर्मेंस को आप कैसे रेट करोगे? क्या आपका ग्राफ ऊपर जा रहा है, ऐसे आपका टीम का कहना है?
देखिए, हमने इनसे पहले जो सीरीज़ खेली है उसमें हमारे 2-3 मैचेस ऐसे थे जो कि हमने उसमें काफ़ी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस भी दी है, और तीनों डिपार्टमेंट से बड़ी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस दी है, और हम जितने भी लोग हैं वो सब ट्राई करते हुए आउट हो रहे हैं या ट्राई करते हुए कोई भी चीज़ अच्छी करने के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो मैं इसको रेट यही करती हूँ कि हमारा ग्राफ ऊपर जा रहा है।
ज़रा उमैमा सोहेल के बारे में बताइए, क्योंकि पिछले सीरीज़ में भी उन्होंने अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया, आज भी एक अच्छा स्टार्ट मिला था, तो उनके आने से टीम में कितना फ़र्क पड़ा है, और उनके बारे में जितना आप जानोगे अगर आप बता सकते हो।
देखिए, मैं ये कहती हूँ कि मैं जिस टीम में हूँ इस टाइम मैं बहुत ज़्यादा टैलेंटेड प्लेयर्स के दरमियान में हूँ, और जिसमें सीनियर और जूनियर का कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत अच्छा है, तो एक अच्छी चीज़ ये है कि उमैमा का एक एडिशन बहुत ज़बरदस्त किस्म का हुआ हमारी टीम में, और हम बड़ा अच्छा रेट भी कर रहे हैं उसे, एज़ अ बैटर बहुत अच्छी है, एज़ अ फील्डर बहुत अच्छी है, अपना जॉब डन कर रही है अच्छे तरीके से, और हमारे टीम में और भी बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो कि अपनी जॉब कर सकते हैं अच्छे तरीके से, ज़्यादा बेहतर रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो सकते हैं, और बस जो हम बिट्स एंड पीसेस में थोड़ी सी परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे हैं, हम इंशाल्लाह ताला कोशिश करेंगे कि नेक्स्ट तीनों मैचेस में हम अपनी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी करें।
सिमिलरली आलिया ने आज अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया है, पिछले भी कुछ मैचेस में अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस करी थी, जो एक अकेली मीडियम पेसर थी आपकी साइड में, उसी का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा रहा, तो उसको कैसे उसका परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में बताइए, और उसके पर्सनली कुछ बताइए हमें ताकि हम उसे बेहतर जान पाएँ।
जी, आलिया का ये है कि वो काफ़ी देर से टीम के साथ भी रह रही हैं और काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस भी हैं माशाल्लाह से, और अच्छी चीज़ उनकी ये है कि जो उनको प्लान दिया जाता है वो उस पर वर्कआउट करती हैं, और वो काम भी करती हैं उस पर, एज अ हिटर भी हैं वो साथ, और हमारी मीडियम पेसर बॉलर भी हैं, अच्छी एडिशन है, और हमारी टीम में काफ़ी सारे ऐसे प्लेयर्स हैं जो कि मैच विनर्स भी हैं, और उनमें उसका भी शुमार होता है, तो इंशाल्लाह ताला ये बिट्स एंड पीसेस वाली बात मैं आपको कह रही हूँ कि हमारे बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो बिट्स एंड पीसेस में अभी तक परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इंशाल्लाह ताला नेक्स्ट मैचेस में हम कोशिश करेंगे, हम तकरीबन तीनों मैचेस आगे इस तरह के हैं जिसमें हमें डू एंड डाई वाली कंडीशन है, तो हम इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि हम वो मैचेस के लिए जाएँ।
ऑफकोर्स नेक्स्ट मैच इंडिया के अगेंस्ट है, प्राइम टाइम टीवी पे है, संडे पे है, तो कोई अलग माइंडसेट रहेगा उस मैच के लिए?
देखिए, हमेशा से ये मैच ऐसे होते हैं जिसमें प्रेशर हर तरफ से होता है, इंडिया की तरफ से भी होता है, पाकिस्तान की तरफ से भी होता है, पीछे घर वालों की तरफ से भी होता है, तो इस मैच का अपना एक अच्छे जज्बा से हम खेलते हैं हमेशा से, और एक अजीब सी कंडीशन होती है हमेशा से इस मैच को खेलने में, और मेरा ख्याल है कि जो हम बाकी मैचेस खेलते हैं ये उससे डबल इमोशनल हम मैच होके ये खेलते हैं, तो अच्छी चीज़ ये है कि हमारा नेक्स्ट मैच भी उनके साथ है, और लोग जो हमें देख रहे हैं वो पाकिस्तान से, तो हम कोशिश करेंगे कि दुआएं लें उनसे बहुत ज़्यादा, और घर वालों की भी दुआएं इसमें शामिल हैं, तो कोशिश यही करेंगे कि इंडिया के साथ भी अच्छा मैच हम खेलेंगे।
Hello? Did you find it difficult facing the spinners, seeing that even though Pakistan played 4 spinners, the Australian spinners got the better of you guys? Did you see that spin is a kind of a difficulty for Pakistan?
No, I can and cannot say this thing because we have a very good spinners in our line. But the thing is, we have to vary the pace, and that's a difficult thing for us because we have played very fast wickets in Pakistan and Malaysia. So now we need to do just vary the pace. Otherwise, they are very good.
And in terms of preparation towards playing at Providence, did you think that you guys had enough preparation, or was the one match too little of practice on the surface?
Look, we have prepared a lot of things against Australia and Malaysia, and I think so. We have that thing that we can play with India and next 3 matches in a very good way. And I know we have a lot of spinners in our team, so they can do their job well, and they will come back in next matches, inshallah.
So what point of the match did you think you guys really lost it?
Sorry.
At what point of the match did you guys really think that you lost it?
If we say in bowling, then power play it's not going good. So and if we say in batting, so when we lost our first or second wickets, so maybe that is the turning point for us.
And what do you think is a par score on the surface?
Sorry.
A par score on the surface?
Above 150.
So you've played against Australia a few times now, and they're considered one of the favorites to win this tournament. So what would you identify as the areas in which they can be targeted?
They are very good, and batting side is very good, and they are very good in fielding also. So if we target them, if we bowl them, like we in Pakistan, Pakistani bowlers, they wanted to bowl them very straight, and that's a thing I think so for them.
So you're saying we should bowl straight.
Yes, straight.
And also in the morning, did you get a chance to see Harmanpreet's innings? And knowing that you're going to be playing India the next match, what did you take away from the morning game?
Of course, she played really very well, and she makes that ball which goes for 6, and I think so. She hit 8 sixes and almost 16 fours. So I think New Zealand bowled her areas. Mostly, she bowled her. She wanted that area to hit that sixes. So I think so. When I picked that we have to bowl them a very good areas.
How daunting is it when, with that Australian batting lineup, that as soon as you manage to get one wicket, there are just so many strong batters all the way through? Do you think that is the strongest batting lineup in this tournament?
Of course, they are very strong, and they are supposed to be #1 team in the world, And we have a plan for them that we do not go for the taking wickets for them. We just go to give them dot balls, mostly dot balls, and for 1 singles. So that's a plan, I think so, for them. But they are the very good team, and we know they are the #1 team, and we have to learn from them.
And now that you've lost one match, it's a very, very difficult group, this one. Looking forward to the next match, do you look at that as an opportunity to go through to the end, or does it just become about beating India?
Of course, we have a opportunity because of this wicket is very slow, and this kind of wickets is just like in Pakistan. So we have a great opportunity for next matches, for next 3 matches. So we grab this opportunity, inshallah, and we will win, inshallah. Thank you. Okay, done.
off with a win, Mitch?
Yeah, fantastic. I think I did not know this was going to happen. Yeah, it was fantastic. I think I've been saying all along that momentum's really key in T20 cricket, and I guess to carry on from a pretty convincing series against Pakistan in Malaysia, and then to come here and play all right against South Africa, but then play even better again tonight. I think we're building really nicely.
What do you make of the batting performance from yourself and your teammates today?
Yeah, I think if we're honest, we probably left a few out there. I think they bowled really well in the middle period and sort of shut us down a little bit. But in saying that, you know, chasing sort of 160, 170 on that wicket was never going to be easy. So I think our batting lineup did a really good job in the end. But I think moving forward, we'll be looking to push 180.
Were there more runs in this pitch than you thought there might have been the other day or coming into the tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I think the other night sort of scared us off a little bit when we played South Africa. We were a bit worried about, you know, the conditions that we were potentially going to get. But I guess watching the game before us today on the telly and watching Kaur just bomb them into the stands, I think gave us a little bit of hope that the wicket was going to be pretty true, and that turned out to be the case. And it looks like a fantastic cricket wicket, and hopefully it'll stay like that for all 4 round games.
Just in terms of how you felt out there, you seem to be hitting them all over the ground. Just talk about what your mindset was out there.
It's a bit of see-ball, hit-ball at the moment, but I'm just really enjoying the role at the top of the order. It's something that I love doing back at home in domestic cricket, and it's something that I've really relished over the last 12 months for the green and gold. So I'm really enjoying it. It's such a fantastic batting lineup to be a part of, and I guess to go out there and have a free licence to take on that power play and sort of bat as long as I can, but really attack the opposition. I'm really enjoying that, and hopefully I can continue that throughout the tournament.
Is it just that freedom too? Like your career's just blossomed now. Like is it that freedom that you're embracing and why you're playing so well?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm a better player now than what I was 12 months ago. I think I went away actually after the 50 over World Cup. There was a game against England in the round games, and we probably should have won that at the end of the day, and we didn't. And I went back and looked at the innings that I played and realised there was a big area at the ground that I wasn't accessing, and if I had accessed that, potentially we would have won that round game and we would have been in the final. So for me it was a real eye-opener, and I went away and worked really hard and developed a sweep shot into my game and opened up a whole new area of the ground, and I'm really enjoying that at the moment. It's such a natural hockey swing for me, so it's just allowed me to manipulate fields a little bit more, and then I can just trust my swing down over cover or down the ground.
And your glove work too was exceptional again. Have you worked hard at that as well?
Yeah, I've been pretty poor behind the stumps over the last couple of months, so it was been working my butt off ever since getting here to the West Indies. Every single coach in our support staff has been helping me. We've obviously had a big loss in Tim Coyle, not in the group anymore, so we don't have a specialist keeping coach, but every staff member's stepped up and thrown me balls at one point, and I've been putting a lot of hard work in there, so hopefully I can do the spinners justice. They all bowl incredibly well, and it's sort of my role behind the stumps to finish it off for them.
What sort of specific training have you been doing? Can you just give me a little bit of detail?
Bum down. No, it's I wasn't using my legs enough. I was getting a little bit lazy, so for me just getting my legs back into the game and getting in strong positions and being able to stay low and I guess keep on these sort of tricky conditions is going to be really important. So something that I'll keep working at throughout the tournament, and hopefully just, like I said, keep doing the spinners justice because they're doing a fantastic job.
Have you got faster too? Your running between wickets seemed... Have you been working on your pace?
No. Thank you very much. I'm flattered. No, not really. I will credit back home. I had a fantastic pre-season for the Breakers, and our new S&C, Sean Hardy, sort of gave me a rocket. And I guess taking over the captaincy as well sort of gave me a bit of an ultimatum to sort of lift my game on the training field, and I guess every area of my game in that department lifted, and I'm stronger, fitter and faster naturally. So it's I'm in a good space heading into a huge sort of 3 or 4 months of cricket.
Talking about using your legs a bit more, but it was using your feet for that last wicket.
Yeah, it's when you're on. Like, you can't really control it. But that was one of the luckier ones. But thankfully, it went down as a stumping.
You talking about the opening position. There are quite a few batters in that side who could open. Does that keep you on your toes?
Yes and no. I think, like you mentioned, there's
every single batter in our top 8 open the batting in our WBBL team. So it's a fairly formidable lineup, and I'm sure that the 6 after us are chomping at the bit to get out there and get that new ball. But I'm not really thinking about that too much, to be honest. I think, if the time comes that I get shuffled back down in the middle, I'm sure I can do that role as well. But I'm just enjoying the freedom of up the top of the order at the moment.
Is that a sign of a big change or a positive change, or some kind of change in the Australian lineup, where that batting lineup is a bit more flexible and even, having some outstanding players be willing to come in further down the line up?
Yeah, Pez has got a serious case of pad rash at the moment. She's been padded up in pretty much every single game for us and not really got a hit or come in really late. So it's to have a world class, I think she's still one of the best players in the world, sort of missing out and not getting a hit. It shows sort of the depth and I guess the flexibility of our lineup. And I think for every single player in our top, 10, to put their ego aside and come out and play a role and do their job for the team is really exciting, and that's just shows the character of our team at the moment, and I guess that's why we're so excited about where we're at.
And Meg coming in above Ash today, is there a reason behind that?
I didn't notice that. Yes. No, I think Ash has got a key role for us to play in the power play, and I think, if Moons and I fall in that first 6, I think Ash will naturally come in and continue to take the game on. But I think, the more balls Meg Lanning faces for us, the better.
Just looking at the overall picture of women's cricket, in the Tri-Series in England, a team was playing 2 T20Is in a day. Here there's 3 T20Is on the same pitch. How far do you think it's going to go to help grow the game? I mean, in a way, women's cricketers are doing things that men's cricketers will probably never imagine doing.
Yeah, I think that just shows the flexibility and the willingness of the female players to adapt to these sort of situations and be willing to promote the game the way we do. And I think that's something really exciting, and that's something really special that I think women's cricket have got. We're so adaptable, we're really open to the media coming in, asking questions, getting to know our personality, and I think that's something really special in our game. And like you mentioned, three games on one pitch in one day is probably something that I've never seen before. But in saying that, I think it's a pretty good wicket, and to have the West Indies at home in that final game at 8 o'clock, to see the crowd rolling in, I think it's something pretty special. So I can't complain too much.
Which basically means you're happy you're not playing the third game.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm happy we won the toss and batted, that's for sure.
Island next. Anything you guys will be looking at before that game?
Yeah, definitely. I think they're a tricky little side to come up against. They've got a pretty decent bowling attack, and I'm not 100% sure on their batting off the top of my head, but we'll sit down and do our individual planning for their side. And I honestly believe that there's no easy beat in this competition. I think all the sides that are participating can win this World Cup, and we're not taking our position as number 1 for granted. And like I said, Ireland are a tricky side, and we'll do our homework and come out there and hopefully put another good performance on the board.
And you're obviously pretty familiar with one of their bowlers in Kim Garth.
Yeah, Kimmy G's done some pretty special things for the Sixers over the last few years, and so she's definitely one to watch with the ball. She's a serious T20 bowler, and we'll do our homework and see the areas that we can score off her, that's for sure.
And just the decision not to play Jonathan. Why? Well, yeah. How was the team?
Look, I'm not involved in those decision makings, Eliza, so I can't really tell you. But I'm not too sure. I think it's obviously would be pretty disappointing for her. She's been top of the rankings for a long time in T20 cricket. But in saying that, Sophie Molyneux's come into the side and done an outstanding job in her absence. So I'm sure the selectors thought, why change it if it's not broken? But I'm sure that Jono, and as with the other girls that are sitting on the bench, will play a role for us throughout this T20 World Cup for sure.
And a quick one on Wareham. She just seemed to do it pretty easy.
She's awesome. Wolfie's just slotted into the team with ease and just gets along with everyone and has just come out and shown everybody, exactly what she can do as a cricketer. There's a rumour in Victoria that she's the best fielder in the world, so she's a pretty exciting prospect for us, and to come out and bowl leg spin the way she does without looking nervous and then just rolling out of her hand is pretty impressive.
Just from me, if I can. One, You said roles, homework. How much stats work goes into finding these matchups, which you have specific roles for, matching up with specific players from the other opposition? How much stats go into that?
Yeah, good question. I think there's stats play a big role and a lot of vision as well. But in saying that, I think we're really focusing on what we can do and what our team can do. And we obviously look at the opposition and some possible threats to our both batting and bowling lineups. But in saying that, we're focusing on what we can do and how we can play on these wickets to achieve what we want to. So whilst we're doing a little bit of homework, I think there'll be a lot of focus on us as well.
By vision, you mean video work?
Yep.
Okay. And what's the story behind your shirt number?
Good question. I think I always wanted to be number 7. That was my dream. And when I first came into the New South Wales side, it wasn't an option. Lisa Stalaker was number 7, and she promised to give it to me when she retired. But unfortunately, our careers crossed paths, and Lisa kindly suggested I take 77 instead. So I did that and quickly changed it for my Aussie number as well.
Why did you want to be number 7?
No idea. I think it had something to do with David Beckham. Why not?